Good day to you all. If you would please put your hands together for a meditation reading. If one walks looking far ahead and pays no attention to the ground beneath his feet, he will stumble. If one gazes critically upon others and forgets to look into himself, he will bring tragedy upon himself. Renyo Shonin, 8th Abbot of Nishi Honganji. If you would please join me in Gassho. Namo Amidos, Namo Amidos, Namo Amidos, Namandos, Namandos, Namandos. Spring is just around the corner, and we are looking forward to warmer and drier weather. The pandemic quarantine has been lifted to the purple level in many places, so some families are planning their vacations. Cabin fever has caught up to them, and they are ready to break out. Yet, there is no guarantee to their plans, and they may change in an instant. Plans or intentions are great, but they may change due to a number of factors. Yet, we cannot predict the outcome. Everything is in a constant flux of change, and nothing stays the same. We wish and we wish, but change may detour the future. We constantly live within the principle of impermanence. Since the beginning of the lottery, I have only purchased 2 tickets. I promised a friend that I would buy one someday. It was on an impulse or a whim that I did buy a ticket. There was no predicting on my part, just a promise. Of course, the large winning prize was a huge temptation also. My friend and I made predictions. It was an if or a guess. We had the same goals of how we would spend the prize money. We agreed that we would share the same amount of the winnings with each other. While laughing through our predictions, we discussed our future. We even predicted our retirement. It was really fun to prognosticate or predict. Well, obviously, as one can see, I stand before you, still working. A machine randomly picks winning numbers, and there are many variables that go along with picking these numbers. By buying 1 ticket, there is a 50-50 chance of having the winning ticket. On the night of the drawing, there may be anxiety, hope, that breath-holding moment, and stress. It is that unpredictable moment that can create joy or misery for the ticket holder. Yet, many people continue to buy the chance. I think I've had enough fun for now. Having the winning ticket is unpredictable and pure luck. However, when a person drinks and drives, they are narrowing the odds considerably of causing a collision. As of 2019, in the U.S., 1 in 3 drunk drivers can cause a collision during their lifetime. Every day, an average of 29 people die as a result of drunk driving crashes. Drunk drivers are involved in 28% of traffic-related deaths. Those are high statistics, and they are frightening. These drivers are predicting or anticipating a collision. In college, I admit I did drink. Luckily, I did not know how to drive. A group of friends and I would walk home when we finished partying. Due to the amount of alcohol in our systems, we did not feel any pain. We did stupid things, but did not cause any harm to others. We did not think of the results of our acts. We were just having a good time. Unfortunately, I remembered everything of the night before and felt ashamed and embarrassed. Plus, my head hurt. I am not saying it was a good act, and I can chalk it up to age. Yet, how foolish and ignorant I was, and still am. I eventually matured a bit and do not even like the taste of alcohol and its effects on me now. But it is the drunk driver that causes physical pain, grief, and mental anguish. It is a selfish act of greed, arrogance, and selfishness. They know that driving and drinking is not a legal and good combination. But again, ego rears its ugly head. They do not think and choose to drive without regard to others and does not take responsibility for their actions. It is said that we are born, live life to the fullest, and then we will pass from this earthly realm. But when a drunk driver takes a life, how can we actually say that the victim lived life to the fullest? It was a life that was cut short. The drunk driver caused a collision, and its effects are devastating to all involved. There may have been witnesses to the collision, and they too are affected by the results. Most definitely the victim, victim's family and friends, the family of the driver, and even the driver are affected by such senseless tragedy. Drunk driving and collision is predictable. Maybe not now, but certainly in the future. Eventually, there will be consequences. For the drunk driver, there may be the loss of dignity and respect of family and friends, and the burden of taking a life. Cause and effect. The driver caused a collision, injuring or causing death. Its effects are devastating on everyone, causing worry, stress, and unpredicted circumstances to everyone involved. It is a forecast made by the driver that they are invincible. In reality, it is the alcohol or drugs doing the thinking and talking for the driver. Our Namo Amida Butsu and the teachings are ever present, yet we tend to ignore all that we have learned. It is at this time when we must forego the ego and find alternative modes of transportation. Yet we fight and fight this rightful thinking. We have stopped thinking and listening to the self and others. Although there are so many ways of getting to our destination, the drunk driver is so full of self-centeredness and selfishness, they tend to ignore the compassion and wisdom of those who care for them. There is Uber, Lyft, taxis, designated drivers, even the bus that can get us home. The drunk driver is so full of themselves, and nothing is going to stop them. It is amazing how our ego can push away sensibility and wisdom. It is at this time we must realize that our brain is not functioning, and it is being affected. Yet the driver makes predictions that everything is going to be fine. I would rather predict my chances on the lotto spin. My chances of winning are far greater and better for the health. We cannot predict the future winnings. However, we can most likely predict when a drunk driving collision will occur. Sooner or later, as statistics speaks to this reality. Before taking that first drink, decide on a friend who will be the designated driver or have another possible alternative of transportation. We must act responsibly. We only think we are predictable and invincible. However, there is always unpredicted certainties. We rely on Namo Amida Butsu to help us think. But is that enough for our ego? We listen and hear the teachings, but do we really want to hear the teachings? When will we realize and understand the truth of wisdom and compassion of Namo Amida Butsu? If you would please put your hands together in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Namo Amida Butsu.